Notice, all content is used by
Cheese.
I don't feel like doing poop, so I haven't been doing it for months, can't think of anything, but what I've wanted to do for a while is review a few of these web DVDs from web flash artists and such. Okay, I was going to start off my review with joecartoon.com Greatest Hits Volume 1, but the thing's copy protected, so I can't show you anything.
I did that with my eyes closed. Stay tuned, I'm gonna do it again.
But in a nutshell, it's got all of his classics like Frog in a Blender, Gerbil in a Microwave and all that, but it pretty much doesn't have much else. The whole thing's pretty much just a straight rip of the flashes, not even TV optimized, even the sound quality super poor, and what measly extras there are on it. It has videos which are apparently related to Joe Cartoon, but it doesn't even include the man himself. No interviews, no commentary, nothing. I give this DVD a 2 out of 10, because it's a poor commercial representation of what a flash DVD can be. Now we've got Every Little Something by Dave.
G is for green. 3 is for tricycles.
Some good work's gone into this DVD. Everything's in top-notch quality. It's got a splendid menu, and it's got a bunch of exclusive features such as the guy's music, a new episode of Retarded Animal Babies, and a whole bunch of other crap that I can't remember, but I remember it was good. Unfortunately, to the disappointment of most Newgrounds visitors, the majority of the content on the DVD isn't in fact Retarded Animal Babies. It's in fact the majority of his shorts he created for other websites such as campchaos.com.
Well, hello. Is this a squid in my pocket, or are you happy sashimi?
However, when it comes to Retarded Animal Babies, the interactivity in a few of the episodes has just been laid out in a kind of linear fashion, so you watch pretty much all outcomes in one go, which makes for good TV viewing. As for the exclusive episode of Retarded Animal Babies, episode number 9, which you still can't find on newgrounds.com today, unfortunately it's not quite DVD buying quality, but it does make a neat extra feature.
I was born on a pile of shit. You just said you were born on a pile of shit. That's fucking fantastic.
It doesn't stand out as its own episode though, unfortunately. I had gotten this DVD as a Retarded Animal Babies fan, as you probably can tell. However, I was surprised by the quality of Jot and Jab and Sci-Fi Guy, so I give this DVD a 7 out of 10. It's rather splendid and awesome. Alright, next up is Wobbl and Bob the DVD, but guess what? That's also encrypted, even though it's an independent DVD.
No bad. No bad. No bad.
So again, in a nutshell, the DVD is rather neatly presented. You have a whole menu, you got TV quality rips, optimized for TV should I say. In addition, you have a rather excellent documentary behind the scenes, including the voice of Brian Blessed, which was an incredible surprise. So yeah, this is pretty much your Wobbl and Bob, with a few rare episodes, none of the classics like Team Laser Explosion unfortunately, but everything that kind of got the series to a start. So I give this one a 6 out of 10. Hi! Now we have Tomorrow's Nobody, the first year.
Okay, he's up there, I'm down here. What am I gonna do? Okay, frag grenade. Pull the pin, toss the nade. Pull the pin, toss the nade.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, take that, you bastard. How you...
This DVD collection took me by surprise the moment I got it. It's a full 2-disc set, 1 disc full of the cartoons you come to know on newgrounds.com, as well as a bunch of other stuff the team have produced off Newgrounds. But the second disc is in fact a whole hour-long road trip movie starring the actual crew themselves.
What? Why wasn't it coming out? Too much bump, I can't tell. Too much bump, just like a fat chick.
Too much bumping and rump.
I'm sorry, fat girls. I really am.
David's actually a fat chick at heart.
Shut up. I'm actually a fat old man. I like my women like I like my chocolate.
We got to see 2 of the
Black
oldest.
with nuts.
You can feel the team's kind of devotion and love goes into the DVD. Even the first load of DVDs came signed by the crew, and even the in-sleeve has a little doodle by Ben of the team. The amount of Easter eggs on these discs, it's just unbelievable. You keep finding something new. I was literally looking for them for like months and months after I bought the DVD, and I kept finding new shit. It was unbelievable. Some of the stuff you find is in fact like extra kind of cartoon and kind of add-ons to the cartoon series, like an interactive game in an alternate Tomorrow's Nobody ending, but some of it's really kind of obscure home movie stuff. And if you're a fan of the crew, you're gonna love this. The one thing about the DVD collection is a lot of it can seem kind of in-jokey, so if you're not really a fan of the series, most of the DVD will most likely not appeal to you. However, if you are a fan of a series, this is pretty much a goldmine of class material.
What do you like about Tomorrow's Nobody, David?
Let me tell you what I like about Tomorrow's Nobody's. Stop that. I'll kill you.
Uh-oh! David's been caught with his pants down!
The thing I like about Tomorrow's Nobodies is that I can express myself freely.
Hours and hours of shit that you'd never see online. It's been about 5 years since I got the DVD and I still watch it to this day. I give it a 9 out of 10. I went ahead and bought their next DVD, which was the Pete and Eddie Show on DVD. Pete and Eddie was kind of a kind of on-the-side puppet show they produced for their own website before YouTube came along, so it was pretty kind of, you had to be a fan of a series to kind of understand it. And unfortunately this one falls very much short. The quality of the episodes is excellent, it's TV quality, but the problem is you just don't have as much stuff as you do in the Tomorrow's Nobody 2-disc set. It's not a case of quantity, the stuff that there isn't really too exciting at all.
I don't know what you saw on CNN, but I didn't touch that boy.
As well as behind the scene kind of footage, which is mostly just the same show in blue screen but with a few kind of outtakes. There's a behind the scenes look at the set and the bedroom where they film stuff and just like that, and it's not really as interesting as some of the shit you found on the Tomorrow's Nobody 2-disc set. It's a good watch if you're a fan of the crew, but otherwise it's not really appealing to anybody in the world. I give it 5 out of 10.
I'm naked.
Lastly, perhaps most well-known out of everybody I've reviewed, well, actually maybe Woobl, but these guys are pretty well-known too. It's Mega64 version 1 on DVD.
Hello, my faithful goons. How are we this morning? What are you guys up to?
Nothing.
Ah, well, no matter. It's time to start beta testing the Mega64 for the first time.
This is also a 2-disc set with a complete season of their original public access TV show. The show pretty much consists of the sketches you've seen online. The sketches are actually created for the show, but the show is kind of filled out with kind of with a storyline based inside a mad scientist's basement. The majority of the show actually acts out like a bizarre sitcom between prisoners and their master, rather than a play on video games. The show's outright sketches can kind of touch anybody who's played video games, and the concept of it works very well, taking something as bizarre as video game kind of concepts and ideals and placing them in the real world to just confuse people who have no idea. It's genius. However, the show itself is pretty much your average online kind of sitcom. The jokes pretty much aren't outstanding, the pacing is quite slow, but the special moments that are in there, they're pretty special. As for special features, there are a whole ton of kind of skits and kind of sketches that weren't included in the actual show or published on the web, most of which kind of resemble a kind of interview or talk show format. The crew actually later turned their kind of ditched Marcus's Corner idea and actually made it into a regular kind of online feature. Otherwise you have audio commentary, which is pretty neat, but on the whole it's pretty much what you'd expect out of a DVD. There's nothing kind of mind-blowing. It's rather swell and I give it 7 out of 10. So I hope you enjoyed this review. See you later, keep it real. and the usual.